Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. This is Kranzer, and today I want to take a look at one of my other favorite heroes in the game, being Zeratul, the stealth assassin. Now, the build I want to talk about in this quick guide is one that most people don't seem to like. They think it's too high risk, I guess. I don't know. I enjoy it, and I want to go over it level by level, and then we'll see what it can do. So, first level, a lot of people seem to like Vorpal Blade. To me, I like going with Greater Cleave. Increases his radius by 33% on his cleave, so you can see there what it normally looks like. Get so yeah, you can see about right the radius on the cleave normally. You pick it up,
shadows grow stronger,
and it increases it to where I can actually cleave this carpet from where I'm standing, where before I couldn't. Granted, it's not a huge radius increase, and it's not going to do them a whole lot of good overall. My main thing is to use it for wave clear. So you can see I come out here. I can hit the whole wave now without having to be perfectly positioned. And to me, that's worth having. Because as this build gets further on and you power it up more, he'll be able to clear an entire wave almost in one cleave, making him actually extremely effective at wave clear, as well as assassinating high priority targets. So yes, level 1, I go with Greater Cleave. Vorpal Blade is also viable if you're not too worried about that aspect, or you get really solid wave clear. But you're not really going to need Vorpal Blade so much for this build. So that's up to you. And Shadow Hunter, I don't recommend it, simply because even though the effect of it, basic attacks getting reduced by 1 second when you have the reward, 1 second reduction on blink, I mean, it's good, but you don't auto attack with him that often, and if you do, you're risking your ass anyway. So while it's a good effect, his HP, his survivability is not high enough to make it a recommended talent. So yeah, Greater Cleave level 1. Level 4, this is the split point. I go with Grim Task. A lot of people will say that Grim Task is terrible because you can lose the effects. But here's the thing, with this build path that we're going, even if this talent stays at 0 the whole time, which would effectively make it a wasted talent for sure, but even if it stayed at 0 the whole time, his damage will still be sufficient enough to do what you need to do, as long as you're paying attention to the enemy's health bar that you're going after for the kill. Now, as obviously when it's high or maxed, the amount of damage you're going to be doing is ridiculous, and you will be able to 100 to 0 a lot of targets very quickly, very, very effectively. But even without the talent being completely maxed out, it's still decent. Even at 1 stack, it's strong. So, I mean, 5% more damage on all your abilities, I missed that, is enough to make it worthwhile. But the 50% that it has as a maximum is just crazy. So yeah, go with Grim Task at level 4. Learn to play with it properly. Don't ever die, and you won't have to worry about losing it. You know, just keep on playing to the best of your ability, and yeah, avoid situations where, play smart, avoid situations where you will die, and engage in safe instances, and stack the hell out of it. Level 7, there's only one talent to pick at this tier for this build, and that's Wormhole. Generally, that's the one I would go with almost any time anyway, unless you want to do all kinds of gymnastics with Seeker in the Dark. I don't see having 8-second increase on making an 18-second cooldown per charge. I don't see that being worth it for what you're looking to do. So Wormhole at 7, almost every build that I can think of would use that. At 10, you want to go with Void Prison. Not much explanation needed there, I don't think. It focuses with the build better than Shadow Assault, because We don't want to be auto-attacking, you know. That's what it does, is increases auto-attack speed.
Glory to the
We don't want to
firstborn.
be doing that much, so it's not helpful for that, for us. So 13, this one's a toss-up. I usually go with Mending Strikes, like almost always, but Spell Shield is also okay, assuming that
Dash Salak.
you're in a situation where you'll need a Spell Shield because they're just launching spells every which way all the time. It's a pretty strong Spell Shield at 50%, and it lasts for 3 seconds after the ability hits, so it's actually a very strong Spell Shield, making him a very good anti-mage.
I serve
But
Well done.
generally, I'll say
we must
Mending Strikes
act.
is the better. And now, while I understand before I said that you don't want to be auto-attacking, in the situations where you have to auto-attack, it's very viable because it has it's a high percent, 35% of your damage dealt, and his auto-attacks are pretty strong even without any kind of buffs to them. So what it does is, let's say, even though I'm at set level 20, you could do this when you get the talent. I could just come over here, and without any kind of abilities, see, I'm healing for 97 for auto attack, which is a significant heal. But even without using any abilities at all, no Q, no Ws to clear, I'm taking out this camp, taking minimal damage, and by the time it dies, I'll be full HP, and I'll have the globe. Now, of course, this isn't fast by any means, so you'll want to use abilities to accelerate the speed at which you clear the camp. But you can do this with both camps.
We step
Um,
closer to
This one,
victory.
what I would do is come over here and blast this guy. Kill him as fast as you can, because you don't like getting hit by that nade shot. And then you can sit here. Now you'll drop down to like half HP, just clearing like this. But the healing effect overall will be significant enough to where you won't die. So this makes him actually a decent clearer for camp, should you ever need to do that because your team decided not to get any kind of jungle character to clear camps. Granted, you have to wait till level 13, so kind of late in the game to start doing camps, but you can start doing them solo without any help.
Glory
You
to
see,
the
I
firstborn.
almost get a full heal out of it
Well fought.
with very, very minimal use of my abilities, so you could speed it up a lot by using abilities to clear. Anyway, let's go to the level 16. This is where the other burst comes in, and that's on Sentence of Death, or a second burst, I should say, because there's another one after this. Sentence of Death increases the damage that you deal with all attacks, or all damage, by 50% when they have Singularity Spike attached to them.
I will fulfill
So when you do your
my
engagement,
calling.
you'll want to hit with Singularity Spike first. Now you saw how much damage it did there. 486 damage on the explosion for Singularity
Honor
Spike.
commands.
Of course, it's not going to work too well since you're low HP right now.
Enemy slain.
So it did 550 damage in the explosion
Your
since
destiny
the Singularity
is
Spike
here.
counts the damage. Of course, I'm level 21 too, so got to take into account
We
for the
must
level
not
increase.
hesitate.
So let's get another one here. Okay, so that's the talent we go with at 16. Just for the extra damage, and it's going to synergize with your level 20 pick as well. It also synergizes with your other damage increase at 4. And even, like I said, if you don't have any talent or any points in this build will still do strong damage. But if you have it maxed out, it's going to do crazy damage.
Dash Salak.
So let's go with last talent at level 20 would be Rewind. And this is where the finesse comes in for his combo. It's not very fun to do inside a wave clear, but pretty much what you want to do is you want to line up your shot. So like she's covered by minions. Let's just clear this out. So you wouldn't want to do this combo in a wave of minions. It would not work in your favor.
A killing blow.
So let's reset her. And I have 4 stacks of this now, so we're at 20% increase, right? So it's not even maxed out. I should die and reset it, but we're not going to. So here we go.
Well, that was rather entertaining.
And she's dead. With all your abilities. So pretty much what you want to do, if I can get her to not run into the middle of the wave this time, you want to engage with your E to your target. So like I'm right right next to her there. Then you immediately want to go W, then Q. Hit 1 to reset your abilities, W, then Q. And you can blink out still with your initial blink and have a secondary blink to use if need be. So that's the combo you want to do. Let's see if we can get it here. Didn't reset. Okay, so we'll try it again. I'm gonna let her come back at full health. So sometimes it's not because it's hard to do, I guess. That just happened because I need a new keyboard. My keyboard sucks. my key got stuck. So we'll try it again.
A killing blow.
And there you go. That's what you do. So you instant delete her. Obviously, we were at what was it, 30% before that, and killed her. No issue.
We must not
Obviously, you can only do that once a minute for the full combo to delete somebody like a mage at 100% HP. But you can still do decent hits. Well, I messed up. You can still do decent combos on somebody without the rewind ability. And it takes a lot of practice to do this effectively without missing your shots. Oh my god.
Well, that was rather entertaining.
I didn't even see her place that there. But yeah, that's the gist of the combo. I'll show you on the dummy down here. Let's go ahead and max it out since we want to see what kind of damage it does at max, right? So this is what you're going to hit on somebody, and hopefully you'll hit all the skills and you'll blink out in time. That way you'll still have an extra blink when it's all said and done, right? So here we go. So as you can see, that combo in that, what was that, 1.5 second, 2 seconds time, 4,500 damage. That's going to kill pretty much every assassin in the game, almost from full HP, like almost every assassin. I think Butcher might survive. And of course, if they have spell shields, that's going to wreck this combo a lot. Spell shields will really, really screw you over. But almost 4,500 damage on a full HP target, like that should kill Chromie. Let's do it without the rewind real quick, just to see. So yeah, most of her life. So if you were to jump her at 70% HP, you could one-shot her without the extra jumps and everything and still have your rewind. But anyway, that's the build. I wanted to just do a brief overview of it. Talk about the talents again. Greater Cleave. One of the things I was talking about was the wave clear. Now that we have our Grim Task maxed out, let me just show you real quick what it looks like on the wave clear aspect. So these minions appear damaged, but these guys back here aren't. So that almost wiped out the wave of minions that were at full HP. So it gives them a lot of extra power for wave clearing. But even without it, like I said, even without the Grim Task being maxed and all that, it still does significant damage. So, yep, Greater Cleave at level 1 for Cleave increase. Level 4, Grim Task for the spell power scaling. Not necessary whatsoever, so if you wanted to switch it out with combo slash, I guess you could. But I like the one-shot capability of the build this way. Wormhole, pretty much essential. Void Prison for your ult to lock down their team and split their teams up, or do all kinds of fancy plays. Mending Strike for some healing. You won't be getting much inside of a PvP scenario like a team fight necessarily, but it definitely could help you clear minions and stuff. Or not minions, camps, really effectively. Sentenced to death at 16 for the extra damage spike while Singularity Spike is attached to them. And rewind. So the video is already 14 minutes long. It's already too long. So I'm going to go ahead and kill it here. And then I'm going to get into a quick match game and show off the build with my limited ability to play it. But we'll still try it. So I'll see you in a little bit.